beckons us, the scent of adventure, the spirit of knowing the unknown, the call of seeing the unseen.
It reminds me of Thomas Hardy's famous novel, Far from the Madding Crowd. From the cacophony of daily living, from the pangs, pains, expectations, it's far from that maddening crowd, of thoughts. You're free. For a few hours at least you feel you are born free to be with your loved ones, laughing, singing, chatting, and visiting places which you have never thought of.
Let us forget the city life, the tension and the pressure. Let us break free into abundant freedom. Breathe fresh air and soothe your eyes with the lushness of greenery.
I love to travel because I just want to recharge myself from the mundane life of Shongshar. I want to break free and feel free and think free.
Enjoy the momentum on the highway, the curves and the bends, quite like the known and unknowns of life. The magic and mystery attract you to far-flung destinations. Pace, pace and pace.
When we go out on a road trip or any kind of trip, the first thing that we experience is a different environment. It at times has challenges, but most of the times it is a new experience and it is rejuvenating.
And then the wheels stop rotating. The journey ends up at the point where history unveils. Our weekend one-day journey's final destination was Mahishadal, a hamlet township of East Midnapore, West Bengal, about 3.5 hours from Kolkata, near to the port town of Haldia. Mahishadal, where you are witness to the medieval age. flashbacking to an era long bygone. The 16th, 17th and 18th centuries, where you experience a vast expanse bejewelled with royal palaces. Hindu temples and memorials scattered all around. A majestic aura, an atmosphere which amazes you. A rendezvous with the royalty.
Well, it started sometime in the 16th century when a Brahmin gentleman from Bandha Jila of UP traveled and he reached Gyaukhali. He was a businessman, he was a trader. So he liked the place and he stopped there. Gyaukhali was under the Portuguese then. So he liked the place and he started staying there. He was a businessman and the area was fully jungle. So he cleared and he started staying there. After some times, in those days, Mughals were ruling in the country. So he joined in the army of the Mughals and he started business also. Later on his retirement, he was given some property and then he continued. But after a few years, the place where the Mahishadal Rajbari is now situated, Raja Kollan Rai Chaudhary used to rule that place. Somehow or other, he fell into the debt and he asked for some money from Janardhan Upadhyay. Janardhan Upadhyay helped him by paying some money, but he could not pay the debt.
As a result, it was given over to Janardhan Upadhyay, who is our early ancestor. After a few generations, Anandolal Upadhyay's wife was Rani Janaki. She was a very prominent figure. She built the temples and she had only one daughter who was married to a Garg, Chaggan Prasad Garg. And from there we have started the Garga dynasty.
And when you walk through the naturally picturesque Mahishadal estate, the ponds and the palms, you travel back in time into the corridors of history. You reminisce a majestic palace which is no more now, which was built in 16th century AD. And then another palace made in 1840 AD is tending to collapse down due to its antiquity. In the year 1937 AD, the magnificent Phulbagh Palace was built by the Gargas.
The old Rajbari is no more. Later on, another building is known as Rongi Boshan Palace. There, if you find out, there is a two-lion statue in front. It was built in the year something in 1840. After that, the new Rajbari was built, which at the moment we have a museum there, the main Rajbari. That was built in sometime in the year 1930 by my grandfather, Raja Shuddhi Prasad Garg Bahadur. You will find another, the same premises, you will find another dilapidated building now. It was known as Lal Kuti. That used to be known as a summer palace.
We have seen it was 300 bighas, about 95 acres of land. Part of the land is vested with the government after Land Ceiling Act came along. And we still have about 30 acres of land.
The Poolbagh Palace is the center point of attraction for one and all. You get awestruck at the brilliance of this architectural marvel. Huge, yet each corner built with a lot of precision. The cannons, the lush greenscape all around. The museum inside, the stuffed skulls of animals, the old armory and the weapons, a wide array of memorabilia and curios. You feel like a king yourself amidst so much history.
Poolbagh Palace. That is the one which is open to tourists and has some attractions, old style furniture and paintings and big lanterns and of course stuffed animals. They are quite impressive. The 2 tigers, or rather the 3 tigers and several sambar heads. They are really impressive.
We have a rich tradition of classical music. My father was a very good tabla player. He learnt his lessons from Kante Maharaj, Ahmed Jan Tharakwa, and my uncle was a classical singer of repute. He learned from Bade Ghulam Ali Khan, Ustad Fayyaz Khan, and people used to live there, used to come there. We have a very rich tradition of classical music.
And no wonder the Poolbagh Palace and the Mahishadal estate have been hot favorites with the film fraternity.
Well, during the olden days when I was a small boy, there was one film, those days, Utithi by Tapan Sinha. After that, there was a film, Datta, starring Suchitra and Soumitra Chatterjee. Was also shot there. Then one film, Lobkush.
Recent times, a few films of Venkatesh films and SK movies have been shot. Notable being Raj Kahini was a recent shoot. And before that, Khoka Babu 420, Arundhati, Soti serial, some sequences were shot.
Many Hindu temples were raised under the patronage of the Garga royalty. Rani Janaki Devi constructed Madan Gopaljiu and Ramajiu temples in late 17th century.
Thakur Malanji's temple was built somewhere in the year 1774 by Rani Janaki, one of our ancestors. We have different festivals there, like the famous one is Rath Yatra. It's very famous in West Bengal.
Rath Sadak is beyond our boundary. So you have to. We still have the old tradition. We go by that palki, and at the moment I maintain that tradition. Earlier the seniors used to go, and Rath Yatra being a very important festival, it's attended by lakhs of people. Other than Rath Yatra, we have Durga Puja. It's a very old puja. It's also 200 years old. It was started by Rani Janaki herself, which we attend, look after the demise of our earlier generation.
And the Garga kings have been kings for the people, essaying the role of good Samaritans, the true change makers of Mahishadal. And transforming it to an important location in the map of West Bengal today.
It is a well-known fact that our family members, Rajas of olden days, they had developed because there is nothing except Garga Puribar there.
My earlier generation built Mahishadal Raj College, which is very famous, Mahishadal Raj School, Shantanamai Girls School. These lands belong to us. We have gifted the land, donated the land, and these institutions have come up, which is very important for Mahishadal.
Your Mahishadal trip can finally end with a fitting riverine finale at Keokhali, beautified by the aqua expanses of nature itself. A confluence of the rivers Hooghly, Rupnarayan and Damodar. You have just been a part of history, leaving your footprints in the sands of time. The majestic splendor of Mahishadal was your tryst with a royal legacy which still is shining. With their spirit of benevolence, the will to care, and a culture which always welcomes you.
We members of the Garg family cordially invite you to visit our place. It's a 2 hours drive from Kolkata. Very nearby. Road network is also very good now.
See the place, enjoy yourself. I know that you will like it. And we will try our best to give you our best hospitality.
As you travel back, your car speeds on the highway meanders. The evening sun sets. The last rays of the sunlight romances with you. Your trip is ending, but not the experience. You are carrying back the Mahishadal MEMOIRS, which continue to mesmerize you. The echoes of history whisper in your ears. You are going back more evolved, with a feeling of reverence for a royal heritage and a legacy which have withstood the tests of time.